lot has happened. I usually just like to come in and channel information, but I was a little bit prepared. Of course, this was a couple days ago. It doesn't necessarily mean that this information is accurate, but I just wanted to bring it to you. First of all, a few weeks ago, we talked about dodgeball politics, and I have to say that the coaches were the winners. They determined that the ladies' team cheerleader, if you remember who that is, cheated. But the reggae team had two corporations to the one ladies' corporation team. The reggae team was Wells Fargo, Chase, and Citibank. And so I think the coaches kind of threw in the towel because it got really confusing. The scores, actually, I have two sets of scores. I'm not sure who got what and when, but it was 14, 21, 34, and 22, 29, 16. And my psychic feeling is that the coaches would like to, or they prefer to start a real game, and we're going to call it ice hockey. Or I like to call it ice mom key, but we're going to continue calling it ice hockey. And instead of the lady and the reggae team, we're going to switch it up and make it real, and we're going to call it caps and pens. So let's recap, or pen pal, what has happened. The lady mascot bonded with the World Bank this week, which actually was my late father-in-law's role. And Citibank went bust. Yet the Renegade team yells foul. Remember that 0 is the score that we're all aiming for, and 9 means naught in numerology. Yet the coaches were called in because 51515 tax nullified the Reggae's team. Yet they did not know that the lady team actually nullified the tax. It had something to do with Nick Jonas and Demi Lovato's performances on Channel 5. So I felt that the Renegade team was trying to cheat, and the coaches wanted to start over from today moving forward. So the coaches are no longer called Fartman, but they are called the Lucky Puckers. And so nobody is called the cheater for each team. Team Caps and Team Pens is what we're going to be titling them. And the only requirement to root for either team is that you have to be gay and or happy. Okay. Also, I would like to point out that Madonna really showed her stuff this week. Actually, I took instructions of her gag order, and that was what was happening last week if you tuned in. More to come with our new game rules. We are going to a commercial break. If anybody out there has any questions for me, feel free to call 818-353-1276 and give us your name, and we'll put you on the air. We'll be right back here on CRN Digital Talk.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you, especially for Mother's Day. Mom needs a break. Just think how long she's put up with you. For that alone, she deserves a medal and a great time at Columbo's. Plus, you'll get kudos from her for not overspending. Hey, you know Mom. So be good to that special lady on her day with great Italian specialties, mouth-watering steaks, the freshest catch from the sea, plus the world's greatest meatballs and jazz every night. Call Columbo's now for reservations. 323-254-9138. 323-254-9138. From Mom, it's Columbo's, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you and Mom. Columbo's. Happy Mother's Day. Manja.
And we are back. So right before commercial break, I was mentioning Madonna, who is head of the musical committee along with the boss. So now that the teams have been kind of meshed together in reality, there are actually teams called Pens and Caps, but we're going to once again redefine our future in regards to moving forward. So I just wanted to reiterate that Madonna, she gets a knot on her belt for dressing up at the Met Gala in such an expressive form of fashion. Bravo, bravo. And not much about the boss. I feel like he's more working behind the scenes. And I just really wanted to point out and thank the following musical groups that have really put forward some new inspirational tunes. And I would like to start off with Death Division for their heavy metal song, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and the Goo Goo Dolls. So bravo, bravo. And also, I just wanted to move on and about the cheating. I don't really believe that that's the case. I actually believe that it was something that kind of was like the chicken before the egg. I mean, do we really know which comes first? I mean, that's more the question than anybody was cheating. I do believe that it nullified a nullify. So once again, I believe that that was very, very symbolic about what has happened with Citibank this last week also. But I'm going to be quiet on that, and I'm not going to tell you who I'm rooting for. And I would like Con Harry or John Kerry to also follow suit, since he is one of the cheerleaders. For either the team, Pens or Caps. I mean, you're free to vote for either or both. Also, since Lady Angelina and Brad Pitt have been hanging out with Ben Affleck, it's only fair to bring in new mascots. So I'm asking Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck to be mascots along with Lady Angelina and Brad Pitt. And I'm also asking the media to please address her by her formal title, Lady. I think that's very, very important, since she's worked very, very hard on behalf of the world and humanity and has earned that title. I think it's only fair that you title her what she has greatly deserved. So anyway, let me recap. The scoring is still 0-9. 0 is what we're aiming for. 9 actually is, once again, 0 in numerology, or nullify, I guess you could say, or doesn't matter, or, I always say an apology is actually a 9, because who's to say it's wrong or right? It is what it is, so it's a 9. Also, I want to thank the musical committees, Madonna and the boss, for being very proactive in regards to getting new consciousness of music out there to us. I also would like to thank the Lucky Puckers, our coaches, and once again, we're now playing ice hockey instead of dodgeball politics. Also in the news, it's obvious, and I really am liking North Korea's leaders wearing suits instead of a uniform. Obviously, there's been a truce that's been called. And also, I would like to thank Britain for making it more difficult for Bretonians or MI-16 to enter the States. Don't worry, folks. This is actually my family. So once again, we're trying to straighten out currency, and the Queen of England has definitely become a lot stronger through the process. She's just trying to define her currency, so that's why there seems to be some red tape involved, but it's nothing to be concerned about. We're all in the good. We're all winners. Our goal is basically for all nations to come together and start farming. So it's funny that the CIA, when you are debriefed or you're always said to go to the farm. So it's kind of very apropos that we start to all think like the intelligence community, and farming and supplying water and food to our countrymen is now a priority. And it hasn't always been, but you know what they say on the farm, you know what rolls downhill, right? We all know what rolls downhill. So that's pretty much what our game is all about, and that's why our scoring is better for a 0 than it is for a 9. Another thing is in the news is, something that's not in the news that I was very, very surprised to see is that arrestees are taking their bail bondsmen to court, which is a beautiful thing. That should definitely keep our common law courts very busy for the next coming years. Also, the FBI and the police are struggling, but I'm asking the coaches to reassign them to the wildlife and gaming department. I saw a petition online, so they're obviously in a panic. But America, just to let you know, we still have sheriffs and marshals, which is constitutional. But the FBI and the police are fighting now tax economy assignment C. So I always say, or I said recently, that courage should be for those that are trying to obtain a badge, that they're willing to take a bullet. So anyway, that's what I feel about the FBI and the police. So if you are willing to take a bullet for a countryman, then you should, once again pursue being a marshal or a sheriff, because they're constitutional, and we are going back to the grassroots of our society, of our forefathers, and we are returning to the grassroots. And because, once again, according to the farm, everything rolls downhill. Everything right now with our game is at a 0. Another thing our great president and first lady have done is that they've really focused in on our educational system, which I believe teachers should be paid more than any other profession. I do believe that they should be paid more than movie stars, and I also believe porn stars should be paid more than movie stars, but that's regardless of the point. Anyway, so I just wanted to reiterate, thank you. The world is changing, and I'm very, very happy to be a cheerleader for both the Pens and the Caps. And as you can tell, we're going to a commercial break. If you have any questions, give me a call at 818-353-1276. We'll be right back here on CRN Digital Talk.
Experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
Are you looking to increase the number of calls you receive at your business? Well, CRM Talk is introducing a new way for customers to reach you without having to remember your phone number or web address. Customers simply dial pound 250 from their mobile phones to say your business name. That's it. They'll be directed immediately to your phone line and receive a text message with a link to your website and phone number. It's that easy. It works so well that we're using it in this commercial. To sign up, dial pound 250 and say, "Help my business." That's pound 250, "Help my business."
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day, and little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, "By golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner." They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. With one phone call, you'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information. It's a free service, so call now.
Call now, 800-704-6182, 800-704-6182.
And we are back. And so we're just going to move right along. Once again, I did have that prepared a few days ago, so there we are. I did want to talk a little bit about my family. I think it's very apropos. I have an incredible, gorgeous daughter. Many, many moons ago, she actually came on and co-hosted with me. She's incredible. Her name's Emily, and she's taught me a lot in life. A lot of my friends would always invite me over, and they would always say, "Leave your kid at home." So they became acquaintances, and eventually became acquaintances. So the thing that my daughter has is an Aquarius moon. Well, the moon actually rules the mother in your astrology chart, and hers is in Aquarius. Well, that means that her mother, which is me, is extremely eccentric. And the thing that I allowed my daughter to do is to always think for herself, whether it was wrong or right. I always allowed her to have her own opinions. And, oh my gosh, you know, there's a stage when kids go through, they're constantly asking questions. I mean, everything's a question. Everything's a question. So I wish I had written that stuff down because, I mean, it was pretty prophetic what she would, you know, bring to me, to my attention. And I would always say, the lazy mom that I was, why don't you Google it? Why don't you Google it? That was always my big reply to, things that I didn't even understand. But one thing that really stands out to me the most that she was on this website. She's a big humanitarian. She loves animals. She definitely has her priorities straight. She's brilliant. She's definitely, her family, her animals, her schoolwork definitely are up there on priority lists. So I'm very, very proud mother. But one thing, she was on this site, she had me join, and I thought, okay, I'm going to join so that we have something in common and that, we can bond together through this website. And it was about taking care of virtual pets. It kind of lasted 1 or 2 days for me, and then she ended up having to log in and take care of my pets. But it was about trading, the more work or the more service you did, the more you would be able to get credits to buy more pets or food or toys or whatever for your pets. So she asked me once, and I actually had to think for a minute, because she says, Mom, when I give up a pet to another member on the site, do they pay me or do I pay them? And I was kind of taken back, because it was like a light went off in my head, because I actually didn't really know the answer. I mean, logically, we would all think, oh, no, you get paid. But, after bumping into my bodyguard, my business manager, my driver, my chef, my housekeeper. What else are you? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. He really has taught me a lot about the stock market and about calls and puts, or fill or kill, or, that there's always a way to make money from a divergent or from a deficit. So when my daughter asked that question, it was like a light went on, and I actually didn't know how to answer it. So I guess that's where things really started to cook for me in regards to thinking about money and currency and really what is it all about. And, my girlfriends in my 20s, where, we were actually dancers back then at the time, her dad was an artist, and he used to work on Venice Beach doing art, and he would hold up a sign, 1 and 1 equals 4. And it hasn't been until recently that he's right. 1 and 1 does equal 4 if you think about ice hockey. Anyway, I want to come back after our commercial break. If you do have any questions, 818-353-1276. Give me a call. Give Debbie your name and where you're calling in from, and I will be glad to answer any questions. We are going to a commercial break here on CRN Digital Talk.
As we are all aware, restaurants and celebrity chefs come and go. But one restaurant is constant, El Cholo. Hi, this is Larry Elder. Since 1923, the original El Cholo on Western Avenue and those in La Habra, Santa Monica, downtown LA, Anaheim Hills, and the latest Corona Del Mar have served millions of loyal fans and multiple generations. If you've dined there, you know the reason why. It's those fresh green corn tamales, Carmen's historic nachos, the margaritas, and so much more. Treat yourself and dine at a restaurant you really want to go to, not one where you're supposed to go to. El Cholo. I know I do.
Hi, friends. This is Larry Minetti. Go to LarryMinetti.com to get my book, Aloha Magnum. You'll read all about the wonderful guest stars like Carol Burnett, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and many, many more. Also, there is an episode guide and my favorite recipes that I really cook at home. I will include a free signed photo with every book. Get Aloha Magnum at LarryMinetti.com. Order now. Aloha.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Try Fry Vineyards, the Mendocino County organic wine with no sulfites added. Fry Wines, America's pioneering organic winery. They were the first to go organic, the first maker of certified biodynamic wines in the United States. At Fry Wines, our emphasis is on producing organic wine of the highest quality while caring for our planet and palate alike. Check out our website at frywine.com and join the Fry Vineyards Wine Club. You'll receive 20% off all orders and much more. Plus, you can check out our internet-only specials. Great biodynamic wines from Redwood Valley in Mendocino County, California. Fry Wines. Go to frywine.com. That's F-R-E-Y-W-I-N-E. Fry Wine. F-R-E-Y-W-I-N-E.com. Check it out and enjoy great wines at your home tonight.
All right, we're back. So I was talking a bit about my daughter. And it's only fair to talk about her dad. I actually met her dad about 18 years ago. It's really strange because I had a dream about him and he had a dream about me. And I went to a McDonald's around the corner and he was standing in line and I took one look at his legs and I thought, oh my gosh, incredible. So I sneezed. Of course, it was a fake sneeze, and thought that he would, bless me as my Lord blesses me. But he didn't. But he did say, go ahead in front of me and order and whatever. So I did and try to, make small talk and, just no go with him. So got in my car and I said out loud, okay, fates, which is past, present, and future. You know my heart, and drove home in my car, which I had to enter in from the passenger side. This car was definitely a heap. It was not that I couldn't afford another car. It's just that I was at that point in my life where I wanted to meet somebody that that saw through material objects and really got to know me. And so anyway, I had to jump in from the passenger side over the emergency brake. I had to dim the lights because it would only go on hot brights. I had to put a seat cover on the seat because the springs were coming up out of the seat. I mean, this car was a complete wreck, but it was my car. So I jumped in my car from the passenger side and I said out loud, okay, Fates, you know my heart. And I went home and guess what? My now husband's was my neighbor, pulled up right across the street, jumped out, and I was like, oh my gosh, the fates already granted me my wish. Boom. So anyway, it took me about 6 months to finally walk over across the street, knock on the door, and ask him to come for dinner. And he said he wasn't going to come for dinner, so I offered him beer, and he came. So he also brought his friends, and I did a psychic reading on him, and it was amazing. Everything that I had said was accurate, and I said to him that he has a brother that's an attorney, and that his brother is going to call him this week and announce that they're going to be expecting a son. And I told him, you're going to be getting the daughter with strawberry blonde hair and green eyes, but your brother is going to have the son, and you're going to find out this week. Well, he never left. He basically stayed, and he's still with me in spirit as of now, but there's an explanation for that. But anyway, let me get on with my story. So anyway, he got a fax that week from his mom that his brother and sister-in-law were expecting. So he didn't give me any credit because he said, you said it was a phone call. But of course, I didn't want to argue the fact that a fax number is a phone number, is a phone call. So anyway, that was that. There was another thing that happened when we were boyfriend and girlfriend. He won the lottery. And if you really want to check out the facts on that, you have to contact the California Lottery to find out about a ticket that was never claimed. And it's funny because he was so excited that he had won, that he had chosen the accurate numbers, that he posted the ticket to the refrigerator, which I had to see every day, and he was gloating that he had won the ticket. So that was pretty cool. It was not about the money, it was about the win. And I thought that was pretty amazing. But he wouldn't cash in the ticket because one thing that I have learned from my husband that is actually fact is there's really no such thing as money. It's actually a figment of our imagination. So it is about the win more so than it is about the value. And also another thing he's taught me too is that the thing in life that is priceless or more valuable than any material object is memories. Memories that you create with your family, your friends, your animals, your neighbors, your countrymen, your travels. That's where all the value is in our memory banks. Another thing that he taught me is when you block energy flow or currency or, here, like I said, I'm kind of a catch-22. I mean, yes, we do need money to survive. So when he's taught me that if you worry about your survival, then everything's going to block you. Then you're going to struggle. But the moment you don't worry about your survival is when everything falls into place accordingly, and that's where your security and your safety comes. And that the opposite of fear is faith. So if you're constantly staying strong and constantly, believing that it's all going to work out, and like I've said before and over the last few weeks and doing the show, everything in life is a cycle. Everything in life is a cycle. I mean, you can drop a pebble in the middle of a lake, and there's bound to be ripples. If you drop a boulder in a puddle, which I feel like we've done this weekend, it's still going to ripple. It just might, be empty when you're done. But my analogy basically is everything in life is cycles. Everything. Even our cells, our atoms, our molecules, everything is in cycle. Relationships are in cycles. Everything's in cycles. But you have to remember that a wheel rolls down a hill, it goes forward, and then it goes backwards, and then it goes forward to get somewhere. So when you're in the point in your life where you feel like you're in a backward swing, just remember that karmically or energetically, the future is going to be better than you ever expected if you just hold the faith and you believe that it will. So as you can tell, we're going to a commercial break. If you have any questions about our ice hockey game, give me a call. If you have any questions in regards to your life or anything, give me a call, 818-353-1276. Please give Debbie, our engineer, your name, where you're calling in from. We'll put you on the air, and we'll be right back on CRN Digital Talk.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was a location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
And we're back. Okay, so my business manager over here wants me to spell out the website. We've got this great website. We're still in the building. Process. It's psychic.com. It is the word psychic.com with a dash in the middle. That's psychic.com. So I will be posting articles. I will be back in the swing of things. I have to admit, the last 3 days I've been sleeping a lot and trying to rejuvenate my battery. It's been a rocky last couple months, actually, but you know, we are Mercury retrograde. I know a lot of people don't believe in that, and you know, you've heard me say before that Saturn and Mars doesn't even exist. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the moon being Mom's Day, and Monday is actually Moon Day. And 6,000 years ago, according to the Old Testament, now a lot of people are going to argue with me, so I'm just going to put it out there from what I understand, is that the king of Persia was married to Ishtar, and Ishtar had died, and Ishtar's father was Sin, and the king of Persia told Sin, you can rule the moon and you will be the god of the moon. So actually, Sin was a noun before it was an adjective. So anyway, I just wanted to acknowledge that Sin became the god of the moon, which rules women's cycles, which the moon represents the mother figure. So I just wanted everybody to know that actually sin was put into place to dominate or control the female gender. But we are breaking down the differences of gender. That's what's taking place nowadays. It's always very uncomfortable when it comes to transition. Another thing that I wanted to bring up, since currency and money has been really a big thing in the news these days, the economy, that if there is a change of currency in regards to putting a woman on the face or not, it's, I could care less, if it's like I showed you the $1 billion deal or billion dollar money and the $1 million money, and one was actually a picture of the eagle and the other one was a picture of the Statue of Liberty. So I don't really care what is put on the currency. The thing that concerns me the most is that how do the blind exchange their money? I mean, they could easily be conned. And so my suggestion out there to anybody that has some great ideas about changing currency would be different sizes of bills so that the blind wouldn't be conned. The blind would be able to tell if they're paying $1 or $100 for something, and that, they wouldn't be subjected to con artists. So I guess, in the perfect world, if we could change our currency altogether, I would suggest that we make the bills different sizes so that the disabled or the blind would be able to take care of themselves. And I think that's what is really important today to me is I think that we should, like I said, yes, mother is usually identified with the female gender, but, since we're talking about equality and we're talking about, I did see a video today of some girls that actually role played as boys, and I was really, really pleased and very, very happy that the education idea has taken place, even if it's a small few that are executing it right now. But I just wanted to say that we all need to mother ourselves. We all need to take care of ourselves, and we all need to look after ourselves. And a lot of times, there was an incredible book that was suggested to me called The Child Within. And I do have an alter ego, I have to admit. It's because of legalities. It's not because I'm possessed or anything like that. I don't even believe in that. I don't believe in a devil. Devil backwards is lived, which is your existing soul. So I don't really believe in a devil. I don't really believe in hell. Hell to me is 4311. So I don't really, yes, there is, negative and evil and con artists and scam artists and things like that we all need to be aware of. But I think that the idea of mother is basically nurturing yourself, is basically looking at yourself from a different perspective, being kind to yourself, not sabotaging something that you really want. I always tell my clients, put your heart on your sleeve and speak your truth. And, I grew up with a woman that took care of me and my siblings that came and went, which is heartbreaking. Around holidays, I always seem to cry for those that I hope to one day see. I mean, I'm hoping it would be in this planet, but somewhere in time, I'm hoping to reconnect with my siblings. But anyway, we're going to go to a commercial break, and I'm going to have to write down what I was leading up to in regards to my upbringing and mother. So if you would like to call in, 818-353-1276. Log on to my website at psychic.com. That's psychic.com. And we will be back here on CRN Digital Talk.
As we are all aware, restaurants and celebrity chefs come and go. But one restaurant is constant, El Cholo. Hi, this is Larry Elder. Since 1923, the original El Cholo on Western Avenue and those in La Habra, Santa Monica, downtown LA, Anaheim Hills, and the latest Corona Del Mar have served millions of loyal fans and multiple generations. If you've dined there, you know the reason why. It's those fresh green corn tamales, Carmen's historic nachos, the margaritas, and so much more. Treat yourself and dine at a restaurant you really want to go to, not one where you're supposed to go to. El Cholo. I know I do.
Do you drink really pure water? If you drink bottled water, you should know about the bottled water dirty little secrets. Plastic bottles come from oil products. The polycarbonate jugs contain bisphenol A, a synthetic estrogen that's raised health concerns. Bottled water dispensers quickly develop algae and bacteria and should be sanitized regularly. Have you ever cleaned your water dispenser? Are you ingesting algae and bacteria and synthetic estrogen? Here's the good news. Pure Water Science can replace that dirty, outdated bottled water cooler with a high-tech water purification system. The Pure Water Science system features a stainless steel tank that constantly monitors water quality. It guarantees your water is pure. It alerts you when service or filter changes are needed, and the multi-stage purification system removes organic and inorganic contaminants. The patented self-sanitizing feature eliminates algae and bacteria while it adds oxygen to your water, and it costs less than bottled water without the bottled water hassle. No more bottles to lift. Call now, 818-502-4191. Pure Water Science, 818-502-4191.
Are you looking to increase the number of calls you receive at your business? Well, CRM Talk is introducing a new way for customers to reach you without having to remember your phone number or web address. Customers simply dial pound 250 from their mobile phones to say your business name. That's it. They'll be directed immediately to your phone line and receive a text message with a link to your website and phone number. It's that easy. It works so well that we're using it in this commercial. To sign up, dial pound 250 and say, "Help my business." That's pound 250, "Help my business."
Try Fry Vineyards, the Mendocino County organic wine with no sulfites added. Fry Wines, America's pioneering organic winery. They were the first to go organic, the first maker of certified biodynamic wines in the United States. At Fry Wines, our emphasis is on producing organic wine of the highest quality while caring for our planet and palate alike. Check out our website at frywine.com and join the Fry Vineyards Wine Club. You'll receive 20% off all orders and much more. Plus, you can check out our internet-only specials. Great biodynamic wines from Redwood Valley in Mendocino County, California. Fry Wines. Go to frywine.com. That's FREYWINE. Fry Wine. FREYWINE.com. Check it out and enjoy great wines at your home tonight.
And we're back. So anyway, I just wanted to tie up the show by saying that so I had this woman that raised me with I think I had like 16 brothers and sisters at one time, or they came and went. I know that there was rooms set up with tons of bunk beds and room-to-room cradles and cribs and lots of kids. So anyway, this woman that raised me, she would go ballistic if she found out something that wasn't told to her. Like, she actually thought that secrets were a lie. And I don't believe that's the case at all. I believe that sometimes secrets are really necessary in regards to survival. And a secret could actually be protecting not only yourself, but, protecting your family, your countrymen, your coworkers. So I don't necessarily believe that a lie is a secret. Also, my business manager and I, we say that if we do something that we admit to, it's a boo-boo. If we don't admit to it, then it's a puck-up. Isn't that what we say? So it's always better to be truthful. And, sometimes there's misunderstandings. And, once again, I always say that, apology is a nine because, of course, my business manager is completely black and white and I'm all gray. So we kind of complement each other from each spectrum. But I don't necessarily believe that a secret is a lie. I believe that sometimes it's very necessary to implement secrets. And you never know. You might be telling that secret at the perfect time, perfect place that could change, other people's destiny or future. I do believe that the truth always prevails, and I do believe that things are meant to be said when they're said. So that's why I don't really believe that apologies are really necessary, because everything in life has a reason for it and a meaning for it. You might not see it at the time, and you might want to, stop the flow of where it's going or where it's rippling out to. Like I said, with dropping a rock in the middle of a lake, how far does the ripple go? But one thing that I've learned in life is that there's things. First of all, I've been told that I have a memory of an elephant. And there's things that kind of are locked in my memory banks that I really don't pay attention to. But then when something comes up, and I don't know if you want to call it my psychic intuition or my memory or my feeling or whatever, I kind of play my card at the time. And I believe that there was an actress that's actually Jewish that goes by a Latin name, taught me that always know your audience. So, once again, like I've said before, sometimes secrets are very necessary, and I do not believe it's a lie. I believe that a secret is just that, a secret. And you never know, it could be a surprise. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I want to thank my wonderful Lord for these gorgeous flowers. I want to thank my incredible engineer, Debbie. I want to thank CRN for existing and allowing me to come on today and speak my truth. And I want to point out my website, psychic.com or psy-chic.com, and I will be back next week at 1300 hours. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you then. Bye.